My neighbor gave me this book. It's called Jesus Listens. And it's a prayer book, but it also helped me to think about what it was that I really wanted to share this morning. This says, I'm on an adventurous trail with you. It's not an easy time, but nonetheless, it's good, full of blessings as well as struggles. Help me to be open to all that you're teaching me as I journey with you through this challenging terrain. I know you'll give me everything I need to cope with challenges I face. So I don't want to waste energy imagining myself in future situations, just trying to walk through those not yet times in my mind. I want to make wise choices as I journey with you. I need to pray continually about these decisions, trusting in your perfect wisdom. You know everything, including what lies ahead in my path. And I wrote myself a couple of notes because I didn't want to forget anything important. But it's funny how God prepares us for our future. In 1994, my fiance had a brain aneurysm. I learned about what your rights are in the hospital, what their rights are in the hospital. It was a very grave time. I never lost my faith, but I learned how to sit and pray. It was a worst case scenario. He had a 50-50 chance of making it through the test. He had a 50-50 chance that his brain swelling would go down enough so he could have the surgery. After 33 days, he was ready to leave the hospital and threw a blood clot to the lung and passed. After the doctors worked on him for half an hour, I said, let him go. That was hard to do at age 38. In 2001, my father had open heart surgery. And 2 weeks after he came home from that, he had a very large blood clot and a pulmonary embolism. He probably had a stroke sometime while he was in the hospital and ended up with a very rare form of pneumonia. We were an hour from home, and my mom and I were with him every day. My sister came for like 10 days. And every day I let my mother draw strength from me because she did not have the strength to sit with him. 29 days later, he passed. 2020, we all had a tough year. Those that live in the park know how tough mine was. In July, my husband had to have a colon resection. And there was a lot of ups and downs those first 11 days. He had a fever, AFib, C. diff, acute kidney injury, Pseudomonas pneumonia. The digoxin toxicity. His salt level was low, his potassium was high. I'd give you those names, but not everybody would understand them. He ended up with a cardiopulmonary arrest. He was septic shock, sepsis. After those 11 days, the doctor said, I got to do surgery. It'll give him a 50-50 shot of living. Go for it. Do it. 9:30 at night, this doctor was supposed to be on vacation. He did surgery. I sat in the waiting room alone, but I was never alone. I had people on Facebook with me, on my phone with me, 3 hours. I'd get a heart emoji, I'd get a prayers emoji, I'd get, I'm with you. I've never lost my faith. 133 days he was in the hospital. And when he came home, he had to learn how to walk, he had to learn how to eat. He was on a ventilator for 74 days. His trach was reversed after 78. He had a feeding tube. And we still had a lot of struggles. He came home with an ileostomy. I learned how to take care of that. He could not. He lost vision in his right eye. and he couldn't see it. He couldn't see what was there. But he struggled, and he did it. He was in the hospital twice in 2021 for pneumonia. And again in the beginning of February. And the doctor said, we need a compression vest to keep you out of the hospital. So we got a compression vest. And that was an amazing piece of medical equipment. And he always said to me, every time you went in the hospital, remember, no long haul. I don't want to do that ever again. April of last year, Easter Sunday, the whole family was together. My brother, my sister, my mom, and we celebrated Easter together in my home. 2 days later, Bob wasn't feeling well. We started some meds. And Thursday morning at 5 o'clock, he goes, okay, take me to the ER or call 911. No, you better call 911. But first, I want to get dressed and I want to be sitting in the living room. The last words I said to him was, I'll see you in a while. After the weekend, on Monday morning, he was on a bed. They had him heavily sedated. The doctor said, it's going to be a long haul. And I said, oh no, it's not. It gave time for his kids to get there to see him and to be with me. And we let him go peacefully. But had I not gone through my father and my fiance and my faith, it's amazing how God helps you get to where you need to be. So through that, geez, I didn't know what God was going to prepare me for. And, I'm preaching to the choir here because we've all been through a lot of things. Younger people wouldn't understand it, but I wanted to share that with you today. Thank you.